call the Lancaster Central School District Board of Education meeting to order. In the unlikely event of an emergency, if you have to evacuate the room, please note the locations of the exits. At this time, I ask you to silence your cell phones and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. And please remain standing for a moment of silent reflection. Moving on to 4.0, we do have one presentation. 4.1, we've got a public hearing and annual review, the Lancaster Central School District Code of Conduct. Dr. Kuhlman.
Thank you, Mr. Sage. I'm going to keep it brief. A committee convened to discuss the revisions to the Code of Conduct. We incorporated changes related to student discipline and updates in language, very small changes to kind of keep up. But that's an annual process, and it's up for public hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Kuhlman. Any questions? All right, moving on to 5.0, correspondence. We have nothing of record. 6.0, approval of minutes. 6.1, can I have a motion on the annual budget hearing from May 8th, 2023? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 6.2, can I have a motion on the regular session from May 8th, 2023?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Just a note, Mr. Jackson and Mrs. Cohen are excused for this evening. 6.3, can I have a motion on the annual budget vote and election results? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 7.0, items from staff organizations. Anyone from the Lancaster Administrative and Supervisory Association? Anyone from the Lancaster Central Teachers Association?
Good evening. The LCT would like to just congratulate the district on the passage of the budget last month, as well as to congratulate Mr. Sage, Mr. Jackson on the re-election, and Mr. Kelvin on his election to the board. At this point, we'd also like to once again thank Mr. Udine for his service to the district and stepping up and filling a vacancy. We'd also like to take a moment to congratulate our students who had a very successful spring sports season, and of course our boys baseball team. Wish them luck in their game at the end of this week. And finally, the LCK would like to congratulate our 10 members who are slated to receive or be recommended for tenure this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ingram. Anyone from the Lancaster Association of Service Personnel? And anyone from the Lancaster Association of Substitute Teachers? On to 8.0, board reports. Do any board members have a report? On to 9.0, Superintendent's Administrative Report. Dr. Allen?
Yeah, I got a couple of things, Mr. Sage. This is the season for celebrations and end-of-the-year events, and there's simply too many to capture all of them, but here's a few to give you everyone here a flavor for the spirit and celebration that's happening throughout our schools. The High School Academy graduations abound. The Academy of Finance kicked the graduation ceremonies off a couple weeks ago as the graduating seniors were celebrated. And most recently, the graduating seniors of the Project Lead the Way were honored last Thursday during a fantastic event. During that event, students displayed their capstone projects for parents, families, and friends to learn about. They enjoyed a wonderful dinner in the art gallery catered by Tammy Alviero and our food service department, and they celebrated their accomplishments in our music hall. It's so important to note that each of our academies has or have had or will be culminating graduation ceremonies, and that's unique to their members and their discipline. All of these ceremonies are wonderful experiences for our students and their families, and I thank all the administration, the academy directors, all the teachers, support staff, and everyone involved who invest all kinds of time and do all kinds of hard work to make these things possible. The Grad Walk is another one of the great things. It's becoming one of the best traditions in Lancaster, one of my favorites, and it's growing each year in popularity. Last week, over 250 seniors climbed aboard one of the 4 buses to participate in this year's Grad Walk. So what happens is that these seniors travel to the school they went to so many years ago. So they go to John A. Scholey, John Como Park, Court Street, William Street, and Hillview to parade around inside or outside the building. During their travels, the seniors are met with smiling and adoring faces from our youngest students, as well as tears of joy of happiness and a lot of hugs from our faculty and staff who many times have not seen them since they left their classrooms as much smaller versions of themselves many years ago. You can only imagine the emotion and sheer joy shared on this simple but appreciated connecting event. Just another example of why Lancaster is so great. But of course, it's not just about graduation at the high school level. Last Friday evening, our Academy of Visual and Performing Arts students' talents were on full display at the Festival of Arts, and they performed in the auditorium and displayed their artwork throughout the buildings to raise money for their programs and highlight the amazing work they've done. In addition, there was a whodunit dinner theater that was student-led and performed, and our athletics, like Mr. Abraham commented, continue to fill trophy cases, and there are still 2 groups or individuals who are in competition. Our boys' baseball team is going to the state championships, which is actually the Final Four scenario. So if they win on Friday, they play for the state championship on Saturday. And then Thomas Reed, who I've known since he was pre-K, is competing for the state championship in the steeplechase. So go Legends, and congratulations to all of them. One of my personal favorites and best events of the year is a group home social run by our leadership students at the Lancaster High School. This event was started years ago around the holiday season and has since continued with the addition of a spring social. So adults and new and strong group homes are invited to dance, participate in activities, and socialize for the evening while our students organize and participate in the event along with them. It is a favorite and amazing event that benefits those who are, of course, in the group homes, but in particular our students and our faculty as well. So thank you to Mr. Scott Warren and the student leadership students and group for doing this and putting these groups together. Stephanie Lackey, John Fresman, and I have hosted our Junior National Honor Society members. And next year's incoming 7th graders to LMS this past weekend of sort of induction opportunity. An informal session was also followed by self-guided tours and individual members of the NJHS providing nuggets of knowledge to help alleviate anxieties and smooth the transition for these youngsters. And this week, LMS will have their awards banquet, where many students will be recognized for their academic and extracurricular accomplishments. And I think this Wednesday is a huge benefit, and I will be playing for the first time ever in that capacity. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'll be sore. Over at William Street, the 6th grade students held their final choral concerts. It was a beautiful production that was validated the following day with a gold distinction honor earned at the NISMA championships. Talented and hardworking students coupled with an outstanding music program equals a lot of success and entertainment for us here in Lancaster. The Lancaster Middle School Marching Band, as well as participants from William Street, took their talents to Springville last weekend for a competition, and these opportunities provided students with the ability to showcase their hard work and dedication. At the elementary schools, I've talked about them a lot, so I'll just make sure that I say that they are replete with fun runs, field days, fun year learning experiences. Again, I go on and on for hours. Suffice it to say, it's a great time of year, and we're going to have a great end of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Moving on to 10.0, old business. Does anyone have any old business to discuss? 11.0, new business. 11.1, personnel items. Can I have a motion on 11.1.1 to appoint an assistant principal? Mr. Craven, would you like to say a few words?
Mr. Sage, members of the board, good evening. Tonight we'll be taking action on the appointment of a new high school assistant principal. This vacancy was created as a result of the upcoming retirement of Mrs. Terry Admack. Mrs. Admack has served the district as a teacher and administrator, and we appreciate her long-time service to the district as we wish her well in a long, happy, and healthy retirement. And that brings us to tonight with the appointment of Mrs. Kimberly Muth. Mrs. Muth is a Western New York native who has spent the last 15 years enhancing her skill set as a teacher and instructional leader in both the Webster and the Honeywell Falls Lima Central School Districts. Mrs. Muth served as a foreign language teacher, department chair, and learning recovery teacher on special assignment for the Webster Central School District before making the jump to the administrative ranks this past year as an assistant principal at Honeywell Falls Lima. In that role, she served as DASA coordinator, led the school MTSS and PBIS committees, and worked with teachers in reviewing data to analyze and strategize ways to improve student outcomes. We look forward to having her share her talents with our administrative team, our teachers, students, parents, support staff, and community as a whole. In speaking with the Director of Curriculum Instruction from Honeywell Falls Lima, Mrs. Muth is described as a community builder, an instructional leader, and she's very sad to be losing such a talented leader. Their loss is certainly our gain. Mrs. Muth did an outstanding job throughout the entire interview process, from the panel process, from the screenings, presentation, and she was the unanimous choice of the hiring committee. So tonight it's with great pleasure that we recommend to Mrs. Kimberly Muth as assistant principal for Lancaster High School.
Thank you, Mr. Craven. Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Mrs. Muth, I'm trying to give you a few moments if you want to say anything.
I'll be quick. I just want to thank you all very much for this appointment. I am very excited to be moving back to the Buffalo community and just extremely beyond grateful to have found such a gem of a place. I was worried that I wasn't going to find that in the Buffalo area, and I certainly did here through every step of the process and everybody that I've interacted with here. So really looking forward to continuing my career here in Lancaster. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Muth. On to 11.1.2. Can I have a motion on the tenure recommendations for teachers? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. We'll be recognizing those teachers in a future meeting. 11.1.3, can I have a motion on the personnel changes? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 11.2, education items. 11.2.1, can I have a motion on the Committee on Special Education? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.0 business and financial items. 12.1, can I have a motion on the financial items? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.2, can I have a motion on policy adoption 6121, sexual harassment in the workplace? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.3, can I have a motion on 6160, professional growth and staff development? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Moving back to 11.2.2, to missed. Can I have a motion on the committee on preschool special education? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Back to 12.4, can I have a motion on policy adoption 6215, probation and tenure? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.5, can I have a motion on policy adoption 7317, district technology device, student agreement policy? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.6, can I have a motion on policy adoption 7350, corporal punishment and emergency interventions? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Can I have a motion on policy adoption 7512, student physicals? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Policy adoption 7522, can I have a motion on concussion management? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Can I have a motion on 12.9, policy adoption 7530, child abuse and maltreatment? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.10 is a policy first reading. This is 5630, facilities inspection, operation, and maintenance. That one, like all of our policies, will go through 2 more readings before we vote on it. 12.11, can I have a motion on the bond anticipation notes sale? Oh, sorry, that is for information. 12.12, can I have a motion on the food service operating reports from April 2023? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.13, can I have a motion on the payment of all bills? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.14, can I have a motion on the bid results for the tires? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.15, can I have a motion on the bid results for athletic equipment and uniforms? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? 12.16, we have a tax tertiary settlement with writing. That's for information only. 12.17, can I have a motion on the surplus equipment? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.18, can I have a motion on the surplus buses? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.19, can I have a motion on the tuition agreement with Amherst Central School District? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.20, can I have a motion on the contract with Western New York Arena? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.21, can I have a motion on the contract with U.S. Omni and TSACG Compliance Services, Inc.? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.22, can I have a motion on the contract with LearnWell? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.23, can I have a motion on the contract with Summit Center? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.24, can I have a motion on the Main Alternate Award, Smart Schools Bond Act of the Oleander? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.25, can I have a motion on the change order approval letter for the Smart Schools Bond Act of the Elementary? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.16, can I have a motion on the contract with the Kenmore Town of Tonawanda Union Free School District? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.27, can I have a motion on the contract with Buffalo City School District? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.28, can I have a motion on the construction change orders? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.29, can I have a motion on the contract with Aspire of Western New York? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 12.30, can I have a motion on the code of conduct? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. 14.0, we're going to administer the oath of office to myself. Mrs. Janet, welcome. So, I need to do my oath of office today because the way the election worked, Mr. Utah was filling a slot and the one since I had to do my oath of office, and that effectively ends Mr. Utah's service to the board. Mr. Utah, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming back and serving our students once again. it's a very big honor for me to sit with you again, and I really want to thank you for just, I know it was a couple of weeks, but we really needed you during this time. Thank you. You are free to go into this day. But when you I would like you just don't take the vote on the end. All right. 15.0, we have a public hearing. Any person who notified the district clerk per policy 1514 may speak at this time. Speakers must first be recognized by the president and then identify themselves by stating their name and their address. The time limit to speak will be limited to 5 minutes per person. All right. Welcome all who have come to observe this meeting this evening. This is a time set aside for a public hearing, a time where we invite members of the community to share ideas and concerns with us. We welcome this opportunity to hear from you. Each person is given up to 5 minutes in which to address the board. This meeting is held in public rather than a public meeting, which means we will be engaging in a neat dialogue with members of the community this evening, but rest assured that we are listening carefully and we take seriously what you have to say. I would like to ask you to demonstrate respect for us and for one another by speaking to the issues, giving us ideas, and sharing your opinions, but not engaging in any personal attack. Additionally, please note, as a public school district, we are bound by various laws, regulations, and policies regarding the privacy of students and staff, including the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. Moreover, board policy prohibits public comment on any topic directly or indirectly related to employee personnel information, or any topic that potentially may disclose information about a particular student. Accordingly, please do not comment on the performance or conduct of individual staff members and/or specific confidential student-related matters. This policy will be strictly enforced, and anyone violating the policy will be barred from addressing the board in the future. Thank you so much for your cooperation. All right. First up, we have Pastor Stephen Marion. Thank you.
Dear Lancaster Board of Education, this statement is delivered by the clergy of Lancaster, New York, Reverend Stephen Marion, Faith United Methodist Church, and me, Reverend Dr. Kelly Nagus, Lancaster Presbyterian Church, Reverend Chris Lambler, Douglasville United Methodist Church, Reverend Stephen Baird, Lancaster Community Baptist Church, Bishop John Mack, Holy Mother of the Rosary Cathedral, Reverend Jonathan Bergio, Lovejoy Church, Deacon Joseph Pasquale, Holy Mother of the Rosary Cathedral, Father Andrei Kasayan, St. Basil's Ukrainian Catholic Church, and Reverend Richard Shear, First Baptist Bible Church. As clergy in Lancaster, New York, we are deeply concerned about several books available to the youth in our town school libraries. These books are vile, completely inappropriate for minors, and should not be available in our school bookshelves. The books on the list, which I'll provide to you, all contain explicit sexual nudity, depictions of sexual organs in a state of arousal, and obscene references to sexual activities, including anal, oral, vaginal intercourse, fingering, anal and genus ejaculation, as well as other content that should not be available to minors without parental consent and guidance. For example, this book is Gay by Juno Dawson says the following on page 156 to 160, referring to sex apps. The benefits are obvious to sex apps. Quick, easy, and uncomplicated sex. They're sold to us as social networking apps, and we all know what they're really for. It's a bit like selling a dildo with the pretext that its sole use is a draft excluder. I don't have a problem with this aspect of it. If people want casual sex, then something like Grindr is a must. If you're that horny that you want to have a sex meet the trick in a public place for a drink first. That way you can assess whether you fancy them in the flesh or they are a twitch-eyed freakazoid before laying them into your house. We stand in unity in the belief that this is not appropriate for minors to be reading tips on sex apps and sex meetups in our school libraries. soul, sexually feel good, with instructions on how to pleasure the lips, nipples, testicles, bum, neck, ears, skin, and penis, complete with cartoon illustrations of a nude woman and a man, and it floats up the vagina, so you know right where to touch. I have the images of these for you. I now quote page 173. Oral sex is popping another dude's peen in your mouth, or indeed popping yours in his. There is only one hard and fast rule when it comes to blowjobs. Watch the teeth. Lips and tongue, yes. Teeth, no. As with hand jobs and breakfast eggs, all men like their blowjobs served in different ways. The term blowjob is massively misleading, as you won't actually be blowing on his penis. It's more like sucking. It's more like sliding your mouth up and down the shaft of his cock. This is our school efforts. The cartoon book Flamer by Mick Gerardo depicts a group of boys in a cabin playing a game. One boy says, "We are all busting the load in this bottle. If you don't, you have to drink it." The next response, "Give it to me, I'll show you." Another page has two boys in the shower, with one on his knees in front of the other, seemingly just finished pleasuring the other boy. Another boy yells, "Hey, Movaro, suck any good dicks lately?" The book Red, White, and Blue has a sex novel feel to it as the following encounter takes place. He feels Harry find the waistband of his pants, the button, the zipper, the elastic of his underwear. He opens his eyes to see Henry bringing his hand demurely up to his elegant royal mouth to spit on it. "Oh my effing God," Alex says, and Henry grins and gets back to work. "I'm going to take your pants off now," Alex tells him. He moves his lips down Henry's chest and feels under the mouth the beat of Henry's heart. His heart skips at the realization of what Henry intends. He kisses Henry's solar plexus, his stomach, the stretch of his skin above his waistband. Then later, after the sex act, one boy asks for a kiss, which the other boy apparently resists. This leads to this obscene sentence. Quote, "Alex rolls his eyes. For F's sake, man, you just had my dick in your mouth. You can kiss me tonight." The books quoted above and the others on this list are not only grossly obscene, morally corrupt, and contrary to the Christian faith, but they are also inappropriate for any minor to read without parental consent and guidance. We, the clergy of Lancaster, New York, hereby call the Lancaster Board of Education, in the name of Jesus Christ, to remove the following books from the shelves of Lancaster schools. I'll leave this for you guys.
Next we have Trevor Sinclair. Mr. Sinclair.
Good evening to the board. Thank you for taking the time to consider my case. I'm a junior at Lancaster High School, and I'm a German student with Mrs. Gardner-Blind, who, as I'm sure you all know, is retiring this year. She served 30 faithful years to Lancaster High School, but now she intends to return to finish teaching her remaining 2 German classes. I will be a senior next year, taking German 5, which means that I'll be eligible to receive both the seal of biliteracy and college credits from Hillsborough College. Mrs. Gardner-Blind has been offered to return and teach these classes, a position and figure that she has not found to be satisfactory, and that we would like to urge the board to offer her a better figure, because we would not like to see our German teacher replaced by someone who may not be as well qualified or as experienced as she is to teach us in order to receive our seal of biliteracy and our college credits. So I have a couple points to make about this. Firstly being that with her retirement and along with the retirement of Mr. Lyons, the advanced Spanish teacher, the district is now saving $200,000 roughly of money from saved salaries on these teachers, as well as all the benefits that would be paid to them. And we believe that with the new foundation aid program as well, the district is fully equipped to pay a reasonable price for our teacher to come back and teach 2 classes during the day and finish out the German program, because we believe that because we signed up for the German program in middle school, we're entitled to our seal of biliteracy and to our college credits. And if she would be replaced with someone else who applied for the job posting as it was posted, and this was told to our parents and ourselves after we inquired in email form to the district, we would not be as well educated if Mrs. Rutherford remained with us. Additionally, it's been proposed that the next year's German 4 and German 5 classes are combined into one class period, which we also believe would be a very big mistake because the methods that Mrs. Rutherford uses to teach her classes and the nature of foreign language education makes it very difficult to put two different levels of the same foreign language into one classroom. She uses movies, other digital media, we speak, we listen to plays, we read, and we take tests, and it would be very difficult for her to teach two classes at the same time. She would either have to raise the level of education for her lower class to be above their skill level, or lower our level of education to their level, and we would not be receiving the proper education that is required for us to get both our skills of literacy and our knowledge credits, which we believe we are entitled to by signing up for the German program in the first place. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sinclair. I'll note that I have a lot of respect for you as a high school student coming and advocating for yourself. Third, we have Diana Patton.
Diana Patton, and I am a transgender veteran. I'm here to support the board, the district, the students, and the teachers. I am the commander of Veterans Defending Democracy. Thank you for supporting all of our students. I'd like to read Veterans Defending Democracy's oath. I am a United States military veteran. I became a leader by my willingness to serve my country. I am the visible conscience of a nation with regard to costs of extremism and freedom's true price. I will not fail to support another veteran or those who cannot defend themselves. He or she may have wounds or hardships that few others may understand. I am a part of the eternal watch of my country and guard it against extremism and tyranny. Honor, courage, commitment define me to this day. I have been called to serve again. My community and nation have called. I am a steadfast guardian of American ideals, freedoms, and history. I stand my watch and defend democracy. I am the keeper of rights of those being dismissed, discriminated against, harassed, bullied, and killed. I am an American veteran. I promise to protect the weak and the meek, to safeguard and transmit to the posterity and the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy. My watch never ends. And I'm here tonight to thank you all for supporting all of our students here in Lancaster. All of our students means even the LGBT ones. And I'm also against book bans. The Supreme Court has already ruled against this and said that the teachers' and students' rights do not end at the classroom door. Student clubs are an important part of students finding others who support them and those who have similar interests. Having a GSA and diversity club is very important to our LGBTQ students and their allies and their parents and their families. Thank you for all that you do from this veteran to make this veteran very proud. This LGBTQ veteran, this transgender veteran. You honor my service, our country, the district, and your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patton. Number 4, we've got Christine Garcia.
Hello, board. Thank you for hearing me. I've never gotten up to speak at one of these, so I'm really nervous. I come here today as a parent of multiple children in the district. My oldest graduated last year from high school. I also have a 4th grader at William Street and a kindergartner at Cumberland Park. And recently it has come to light that the district has been very supportive of our LGBT population of students. And I want to thank you guys on behalf of people like me, because I was one of those queer kids back in school. Back in the 90s and 2000s, we didn't have representation. my first glimpse of a lesbian on screen was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was one of the founding members of the GSA at Iroquois District. And this weekend, seeing the Lancaster GSA marching with all those other districts and seeing Mr. Jackson marching with M&T Bank just warmed my heart. It scares me to see the pushback in the community against these children because they need representation, they need a voice, and they need a community. Not all of these kids have a safe place to go at home. We all know it's true. They come to school and that's where they can be themselves. And I hear all this talk of parental choice, and it makes my blood run cold. Because I've had friends that couldn't come out until college because they were afraid of the abuse that they would suffer, of being kicked out. So I just want to thank you guys for supporting your queer kids because they need you and you guys matter. And you guys are what stands between some of these kids and unspeakable endings. So thank you. Please continue to fight for love. Thank you.
Sorry, the mic wasn't on. Thank you, Mrs. Garcia. is an executive session to discuss the employment of a particular person and the superintendent's year-end evaluation and the Lancaster Central Teachers Association contract negotiations. Folks, this effectively ends the meeting for tonight. Once we go into executive session, that will be it for the public portion of this. Our next meeting is on Tuesday. That's a rare Tuesday. On June 20th, it's a regular session, 7 p.m. at the high school auditorium. Do I have a motion to go into executive session? Any comments or questions? All those in favor? Anyone against? Motion carries. Thank you all for coming tonight.